Hi guys. I hate to meet. I'm sorry I'm going live so much tonight, but I'm just going with the flow with what my process is. And right now I feel like a theory video. I'm not theory video, instruction video. Just a general miscellaneous instruction video. I think it'll help. I haven't done one in a while. It'll help me too to remember things myself. Okay. First of all, I want to start with the theory of altered diatonic scales. Okay, and I'm not just going to show you theory. I'm going to show you playing them and what they come from and all that. There's four possible unique permutations that aren't redundant modally and don't involve two consecutive half steps of 7-note scales. And those four are either the following four or modes of the following four. Major scale, that's white keys on a keyboard, which includes all the modes of it, but we'll scrap that for now. The melodic minor scale, which is an altered version of that. The harmonic minor scale, which is a third third permutation, another alteration of the major scale, and the harmonic major scale, the fourth example and third alteration, another alteration of the major scale. And by alteration, I'm implying only one sharp or one flat difference. If it's two, I will exclude that if there are any that don't. I'm only including ones that involve one single sharp or flat alteration of the scale as another example. If you have to do 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, I'm not going to include that. Plus they have to have not two consecutive half steps and have 7 notes. So those are the four possible permutations. Alan Holzer spoke of this in his 1992 RH video, but I'm just doing my version or taking it further or repeating him, whatever. Okay, but I'm not just going to do the scales. That's, first of all, that's not the whole story, and it's boring, kind of. I'm going to show where the scales come from, and then show that as an alteration. And then let's just trust me, I think it'll be cool. All right, first the major scale. I'm not just going to play a major scale. That's stupid and easy, and anybody can do that and whatever. But I'm going to show where it comes from, and then play it in that context. At least it makes it more interesting and informative. Let's pick the key of B for some dumb reason. Okay, now there's the overtone series implies a major triad. The undertone series, but measured from the bottom up, implies a minor triad. Both those have a perfect fifth, which is 7 half steps, and therefore they could be called perfect triads, but yet one is called major and one is called minor. I'm going to use those two as the main harmonies here. And I'm going to state that harmonies construct scales, or scales are constructed from harmonies, and the main two harmonies are major and minor triads. I'm going to limit myself to that. I could do augmented triads and diminished triads or diminished seventh arpeggios, but that's going to give you symmetrical scales, and it's going to give you dissonances that I don't want to deal with right now. And plus, we're dealing with. I just want to deal with that. I don't want to deal with that right now. Okay, so in the key of B, the 1, 4, and 5 are B and F sharp, B, E, and F sharp. So let's call that the 3-chord trick. Jimmy Page talks about this. For the simplest example, let's do all 3 of the 1, 4, and 5, which are B, E, and F sharp, major triads. And for my intent, let's just play an open position one, a wide position one with any position. So like in a Johnson style. So B major is, E major is, F sharp major is. Okay. Those three chords and those notes, the 3 notes within each of those 3 chords, that's kind of the principle of 3 within 3. I'm not playing it. Make a B major scale. Right, that's simple. But it's not easy, but simple. It's all from and those three, the 1, 4, and 5 are all major. That's why it's all white notes and no alterations. To alter it, I'm going to change some of the major minor qualities of I'm going to keep the same principle of 3 tonic, dominant, subdominant, 1, 4, 5, but I'm going to change the quality of the major or minorness of those 3 chords to get the different alterations of scales. And I'm going to start with an alteration. Okay, what am I going to do? I'm going to start with. I'm going to flash. I'll tell you what. I'm going to flash to a mode of the major scale, which is Aeolian mode, and that would be. And if you're in B, the Aeolian mode would be G sharp Aeolian. and B sharp, G sharp Aeolian is the relative minor to B major. In G sharp Aeolian, you have 3 chords, 1, 4, 5, and they're all minor. So that's why it's called relative minor. The G sharp minor scale, this natural minor, is the 6th mode of B major, which makes it, and which is also called the relative minor of B major. And those 3 chords there would be G sharp, C sharp, and G sharp, and they'd all G sharp, C sharp, D sharp. They'd all be minor. So. And those give you a G sharp minor scale. But that's just a mode of major scale, so it's not an alteration. It's not a different thing. But I'm going to alter it right now. So. To make a harmonic minor scale, I'm going to alter the dominant or 5th 5 chord in the key. In this case, it'd be D sharp. I'm going to make it major. So that would give me, that's going to give me a G sharp harmonic minor, which is an alteration of the G sharp Aeolian mode, because it has because the D sharp, which is the 5 chord, is major instead of minor. So that one alteration from minor to major of the dominant chord changes it to a G sharp harmonic minor. Let's play that. That gives you G sharp harmonic minor. So there you have the harmonic minor. Now we have 2 permutations of 7-note scales. You've got the major scale and you got the harmonic minor. 2 more to go. The next one is, I'm going to do melodic minor. Now what's interesting about melodic minor, it can be an alteration of, it can be a sharp or a flat and still works, depending on which mode you start on. So let's go back to B major. I started on B major. B major has the 3 1, 4, 5 chords are all major. So that's B major. But what if I make the 1 chord, a minor chord, make it B minor instead of B major? That would give me a B melodic minor scale. So I have this. In a right position. That gives me that's an alteration that gives me a melodic minor scale by flatting the 3rd of the D major scale. So that will give me this scale. Let's see if I can play it. But the 3rd, but the 3rd, but the 3rd. Make sure I got that under my fingers. Okay, here I go. In this position. What would it be? Let's see. 5 to 3rd. Okay. I didn't really do it in this position. Let's see if I can do that. Would that be that right? I'm not that good at this. Not this. Let's see. I think that's correct. Anyway, there's all 7 positions of it, and linear. I'm not doing linear right now, but those are the positions. And then find that I said that could be a sharp or a flat. That was the flat example. In the sharp example, if I'm in D major, I have a C sharp Dorian mode, and if I sharp the 7, the C sharp Dorian mode has the 1, 4, 5 chords are C sharp minor, G sharp major, and no, sorry, scratch that. The B sharp Dorian has B sharp minor, F sharp major, and G sharp minor. Stop. Pulse position wise. That's the C sharp Dorian mode. But to alter it to a melodic minor, you take the dominant chord in C sharp Dorian, which is in this case G sharp minor, and make it major. So I'm going to do the same thing to the Aeolian mode where I made the dominant chord major. I'm going to do that to the Dorian mode. And in the Dorian mode, if you make the dominant chord major, you get a D melodic minor scale. So, the long story short, a melodic minor is either a major scale with a flat third or a Dorian mode with a sharp seventh. And the flat third in the major case means making the one chord minor, and the sharp seventh in the Dorian case means making the dominant chord major. So to make that scale, I would have C sharp minor, and then F sharp major, G sharp major. It makes a C sharp melodic minor scale. I played it right now. I wasn't wrong. I'm playing this right now. You should have done that right in C. So that's the third permutation is the melodic minor scale. The last one is harmonic major. If I'm in B major, I have three. If I'm in B major straight, that's B major triad, and B major triad, and F sharp major triad. To make it a B harmonic major, you just make the E triad, which is the 4 chord, minor instead of major. So you're going to get, instead of, I'm going to make the E, the 4 chord, which is the E, a minor triad. So I would do this. I like the sound of that. That's a neat sound. Basically, it's a major scale with a flat 6. But that flat 6 is coming from the 4 chord being minor instead of major. The flatted third of the 4 chord, the third note of the 4 chord, 4, 5, 6 is the 6th note. So making a subdominant chord minor means flatting the 6 of the home scale. So now that would be a harmonic major, which is this. It's a major scale with a flat 6. Let's see if we can do this. Let's see, flat 6. Let me see. It's a major, right? I think I have it. Oh, here we go. Wait, let's see. Flat 6, right? Oh, here we go. That's correct. Very unique sounding scale. Those are the 4 permutations. So you have major scale, melodic minor, harmonic major. And then there's 7 modes of all those, and there's 12 keys in all those scales and all modes to get all the possibilities. But basically 4 permutations of 7 notes without getting 2 half steps in a row and also without, I didn't say this, but also without a double augmented second. You don't want a second interval that's 4 half steps. That's just unacceptable. And it's like you don't want 2 half steps in a row. With that. And now I'm going to do a rhythm thing. I say this in Miscellaneous teaching video. I didn't say do one thing. So I try to mean what I say. One of my viewers made me better with my picking by saying, not everything has to be a triplet, Jimmie. Well, he was right. Let me go into that. A triplet is when you put 3 notes in a beat, as opposed to 4, which is a 16th note feel. And there's a difference. One is based on 3, 3, 3, 3, and one is 4, 4, 4, 4. It makes a big difference in your sound and your technique, even, and whatever. First, with triplets picking, it's always going to start the next string. If you do strict alternate picking like Paul Gilbert, it's always going to be the opposite direction stroke the next time you do a set. Because down, up, then up, is reversing. Down, then up, then down, then up, up. You're always going back and forth, starting with the down, then starting with an up, starting with the down, starting with an up, and it gives you outside the string playing and inside the string playing, but they alternate outside, inside, there's all that. And that's cool. I've been doing that all the time. But the guy said you don't always have to do that. And to not do that, you do 4 notes per beat, and then it's just the same. Down, up, then down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. You always start with a down, or with an up if you start every time. Up, down, up, up, down, 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 up, down. And that is actually a cool sound, and it's simple because you're not changing the picking direction every time you go from string to string. It's the same. And that's really cool. Let me just show you the examples of both. The triplet, let me do the triplet first. But what about the 4 note per beat or 16th note feel is also cool. Hear this. Very heavy. That's actually a cool sound. Why not do both? Close to the swing of the triplet. You have the 2 styles, at least to me, of rock guitar, which is blues and classical, or you can call it rock and roll and heavy metal. Rock and roll being the blues and heavy metal being the classical. Do both. Heavy metal. That commenter, whether he knew it or not, maybe he did, opened up the whole world of the 16th note feel that I'd just been missing. And thank you so much for that compliment. A comment. Thank you, and I'm glad I take them. 16th as opposed to triplet. 16th. That's triplet, sorry. That contrast. Have that until this commenter said you don't have to do that triplets every day, Jimmie. I really like it. It really changed my plan. triplet. That's really cool. It's a cool thing. Okay, so I get some harmony theory with scale theory, and I get some rhythm theory. Oh, and by the way, here's a general way to know more theory. I'm sorry. And rhythmically though, whenever you're doing three is an odd number, so you have to alternate the strokes. Any odd number is that way. If you do it in 5, it's also down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. It's always going to be different if it's an odd number. But 4 is an even number, so if it's an even number, it's always the same. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. 6 would be down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. So that's a good way to remember it. If you string to string, just use the same stroke if you want to do an even number, an even feel, and alternate the stroke if you want to do an odd feel. And that way you don't have to keep track of, oh my God, what am I doing? Just check it that way. So I'm going to try some examples. I'm going to try playing in 5, which means I'm going to go down, up, down, up. Wait, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. See if I can pull that off. But it's going to be different strokes each time. And then I'm going to try doing 6 for the, no, 6 is a multiple of 3. That's a tricky one because it can be small or it can be 3. Let's do 8. So I'm going to do 5 and 8. First I'm going to do down, up, down, up, down, wait, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, 5, and then I'm going to do 8, which is down, up, 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 or up, down, 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 up, down. See if I can do it. First 5. Best I could do. Now I'm going to do 8. Just even thing. I can do. So if that slowly, let's do it slowly, then you can get it slower and then all in the video. So 5 would be. And then 8 would be. And then 5 again. Or instead of this, not to mention just 5 feel, but 5 4 time is cool. It's like a macro version of 5 4 feel. 5 4 feel is 5 notes per beat. 5 4 time is 5 beats per measure, but the concept is one is on a bigger scale than the other. One is the number of notes in the measure, one's the number of notes in the beat. So it's a different scale, the same idea. I like 5 time, and 7 for that matter. Example of 5 is at the end of the live version of Black Sabbath in Paris, 1970, when they do Behind the Wall of Sleep, and Tony Iommi does this thing. It sounds like Mission Impossible, which that theme, Mission Impossible, is also 5 4 time. And it goes like this. Five. I failed. Wait. Five. Really cool. In fact, it's 4 sets of 5. It's 3 5s repeated 3 times, and which is interesting because 3 5s is 15, and 1 and 5 is 6, and if it's 3 times, it would be 15, 15, 15, which is 6, 6, 6, which I think is really cool and clever. It's like 15, 15, 15, which is what, since 1 and 5 is 6, is 6, 6, 6. And it's 45 beats total, but 45 is 4 and 5, which is 9, and 6, 6, 6 is 18, and 1 and 8 is 9. So it's like throwing 6, 6, 6, and we're not supposed to get it, but it's funny that they do that, and it's like, I respect that. Thank you, Naomi. And then what's even cooler, just as cool, is that Ozzy is beating out with his head every single beat, like he knows the beat. He's going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he's not stupid. He knows it too. You know, so that was a cool thing they did. Cool song. Love you guys. Peace, rock and roll.